Hi and welcome back for another CottageCutz YouTube video tutorial. This is Marla with Mad About Cards and Crafts, and I'm so glad that you've joined me today for this tutorial featuring the folk art fox and trees from the folk art release. Here's a look at the folk art fox and all the pieces that come with it. I also have the folk art trees. There are 3 separate trees. We are going to create a fall themed card. As you can see, I have completed all of my die cutting. Having the individual pieces for this folk art release has been really wonderful. It does make it a little bit easier to use different colors of cardstock, which really brings all of these little pieces to life. For the fox, I did go with a reddish brown for the body, and then I took a note from the packaging and went with a 2-tone tail, so I did add the red to the tail, so I have a brownish body and a red tail, which is going to add a little bit more character to my fox. For the face and the tip of the tail, I cut those out of a natural white cardstock. So it's a cardstock that has more of a natural fiber. It's a creamier color with little flecks of brown and black in it. And I thought that the more muted tone went well with the colors that I was using on my fall card today. There are little indentations on these folk art images, and it makes it easy to know where all of the pieces go. So for the eyes, I went ahead and added my glue to the indentations on the face rather than to the individual die cut pieces. I'm using both tweezers and a jewel picker. My jewel picker's just not working as well as it usually does, so I used a combination of the 2 of them to add the black dots for the face. And then for the body, I did cut out the leaves, there are 2 of them, out of some teal green cardstock. So this teal cardstock is going to pop off of that red tail, and then I went with a plum color for the 2 hearts. So there are 2 hearts, one for the head and one that will go on the lower portion of the body. Because there are 2 heart dies, you certainly could quickly cut them from 2 different colored cardstock, but I decided to just stick with the same color for my fox. This comes together so quick and easy. Off camera, I went ahead and die cut the body of the fox 2 more times out of vanilla cardstock, and I layered those up. So again, you know that I love my dimension. It just adds a little bit more character to the cards, and so I added those additional pieces of cardstock behind my fox to give it that chipboard appearance. For the ears, I used a muted yellow cardstock. And I did end up using a CottageCutz alphabet die. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I am going to repeat the colors that I used on this fox and on the trees with my sentiment, and it's going to tie all of the pieces together. I decided to go with a fox, or with a fall theme for my card because my last card did feature a Christmas scene. These die cuts, as you change the colors, it really does change the way that they look. Whenever I think of a fox, I always think of fall cards for whatever reason. It's just something that resonates with fall for me. So as I was looking at what I should create, because I did create a Christmas card last time, I decided to take it back to the fall season, and I think that this card is just very whimsical and absolutely adorable. For the trees, you can see how easy it is to assemble. You just add the body of the tree to the center of each of those larger shaped pieces, and easy peasy, quick and easy, we have all of the pieces for our scene. Now for the word fall, I did die cut that again 2 additional times and layered those up as well so that the fall also has that nice dimension to it. I want to add I want this to be simple enough that the die cut pieces with the beautiful colors I've used pop, but I still wanted to add some color to my background. So I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of purple cardstock that I've added to an A2 card base. This is a top folding card base. I used that natural cardstock again, so that's the same cardstock I used for the face of my fox, to cut out a second rectangle that is going to be, or is, 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And then I used some ovals from my stash. I cut the largest one from mahogany cardstock, and then again I cut it from the natural cardstock. So you can see that it's really going to create some interest in the background. I'll have a little bit of color. It's not quite so clean and simple, but then I'm going to add my die cut pieces, and because I used a good portion of that natural cardstock, those colors are really going to pop off the card. Now, when I align my letters, sometimes I will use a T-square ruler, and sometimes I'm lazy, like I was with this card, and I simply just eye it. And when I'm trying to eye it, the things that I'm looking at is the left and the right side of the card. So I'm looking at that white natural border, and I'm making sure that the F is the same distance from the L on the right. Wait. The F is from the left as the L is from the right. So I want to make sure that those letters are the same distance. Those are the first ones I'm going to work with when I'm placing them and just doing a dry fitting. And then I add the in-between letters, the middle letters, just kind of spacing them out as I see evenly. I'm adding some foam to the bottom portion of each of these letters. I'm not gluing them completely down. I'm adding these foam squares first because we do have that oval. It is adding a little bit of bulk to the top, so those letters will not lay flat without adding that little bit of foam tape to the bottom. I have these nice little tiny circles which lend themselves well to this process. Once I get these aligned, now you're going to see that I'll fiddle with the straightening of the A and the F, but once I get these straight, I'm going to leave them as they are, and I'm going to start working on my scene. So I'll dry fit my fox where I think that he should go within that oval, and then I'm going to add the trees to the background. I'll do the same thing that I did with the letters with the trees. So I'm going to make sure that I have the same distance from the edge of that natural cardstock on the left and the right sides of the trees, and that just helps me kind of center everything together. So my fox goes down. I'm going to have that larger mustard colored tree on the left. I'll have the ochre colored tree on the right, and then I'll add the navy tree to the center. I think having the simple design in the background, so just having that natural cardstock in the background as opposed to adding any other, colors or ink smushing or something like that, really lends itself well to the design of the folk art dies. You certainly could, if you wanted to, add a hillside or maybe some grass, but I don't know, there's something about the simplicity with the colors that I've used that really just spoke to me as I was creating this card. If you like that little fox, I have some good news for you. I will be giving that fox away in my next video. This giveaway is open to those who have United States mailing addresses. Unfortunately, with the cost of shipping, it prohibits us from mailing these dies out internationally. So if you live within the United States and would like an opportunity to enter to win the fox, all you need to do is leave a comment, make sure that you are a subscriber, and like the video. If you are an international subscriber and you liked the video, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe and ring the bell as well. I enjoy interacting with you on each of my videos. I will be announcing the winner of the fox in my next video, so make sure that you have subscribed, you have rung the bell so that you catch the next video. When I'm gluing these letters down, I am using my reverse tweezers just for a few moments to make sure that that glue really sticks and everything is intact. Once I get these glued down, then I'm going to take my welcome, and you'll see that I'm going to place it in different areas and eventually decide that I want it to rest in the center of the word fall, more towards the lower center. And once I get that glued down, that will complete my card for today. So I want to thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked out the sale for Christmas in July, the Christmas items are available now at a discounted price at the Scrapping Cottage. All of the links to the products and to the store will be linked below. Thanks so much for joining me, and until next time, have a fabulous day.